Hey, what's up guys? It's me, only on PlayStation VR 2. Now, don't get me wrong, I have used the G29 Logitech racing wheel with a shifter and pedals, and that's the best experience. Alright, so me having said that, getting that out of the way, everyone should know that that's the best experience. The most immersive experience is to have your, super expensive direct drive racing wheel, and you're gonna have the most immersive experience that way. The most realistic, let's just say, the most realistic Gran Turismo 7 VR, PlayStation VR 2 experience. Now, let's say you're somebody who doesn't have a racing wheel, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm just resorted to using DualSense PlayStation 5 controller. And make no mistakes, DualSense PlayStation 5 controller, it's probably one of the best controllers out there on the planet. That's just, in my opinion, I think that's a fact, not just my opinion, I think that's a fact. It's the best controller on the planet. Now, having said that, so you are the guy who doesn't have a racing wheel, right? And you have no choice. You gotta go with the DualSense controller. The beauty about the Gran Turismo 7 is they give you a variety of different options on how you want to play Gran Turismo. And one of the variety is you can, yes, use your controller with the left thumbstick to control the wheel, or you can use a sensor that's built inside a DualSense controller, and you can use that sensor and move controller left and right as a steering wheel. So basically, think of your DualSense controller as a steering wheel, and you're moving it like a steering wheel. And I'm doing that right now, and it actually it works. Is it immersive as having a racing wheel? Of course not. Racing wheel gives you a sense of resistance on the left and the right side, and when you're moving a wheel, you feel the sense of terrain. Is it a hard surface, wet surface, etc., etc.? So, of course, it's not gonna change that experience, but this is also doable. This is also good. I would say what I'm trying to say here is, on this video, if you don't have a racing wheel and you want to have the best possible experience with what you have with a DualSense controller, I would say use the motion sensor option. How do you do that? You go to the options on the PlayStation, on the Gran Turismo, I'm sorry. You go to the options menu under the Gran Turismo user interface, click on the options menu. When you click on the options menu, you go down to where it says controller, and you click on the controller, and where it says a steering wheel highlighted blue, you click on that, and then you choose how you want to control the steering wheel. And make sure you select, you can choose between a left thumbstick, directional buttons, or motion sensor controller that's built inside of it, like a PlayStation Move, right? Like a V. So it's a motion sensor, it has a motion sensor bit built into it. Sony's been using a motion sensor since PlayStation 3, I believe, right? Since PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and of course PlayStation 5. This is nothing new for Sony. So on this video, I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts on it. It works. I mean, it gets the job done. It might feel kind of weird that you're holding a small controller as a wheel, but it works. When you put on the VR headset, it works. You know, I find it better than using a thumbstick. You know, and the reason I did this is because when I was watching that Japanese geisha, I call her Japanese hot geisha, when she was giving a demonstration of Gran Turismo, in PlayStation VR 2, she was actually doing the same thing. They didn't have a racing wheel, so they used the DualSense motion sensor controller. Because remember, they know that not everyone's gonna have a racing wheel. You know, you have to think about that. When Sony makes these videos, they have to think about, okay, not everyone's gonna have a racing wheel. For those of you fortunate enough to have a really good racing wheel, of course, you're gonna have an amazing experience. There's no question about that. But this is for individuals who don't have that luxury of racing wheels. And racing wheels can be expensive. If you want a really good experience, you know, you're looking at $200, possibly $300. If you want a really good experience, you're looking at like $700. Yeah. If you want to get that Fanatic Gran Turismo racing wheel, that's $700. That one, it's like a direct drive, I believe. That one right there, it's that's going to give you the best possible experience. But G29, if you have G29 with a shifter and pedals, it's great. And I tried it, and it's very immersive. It feels like you're like really driving a car, and that's the best way to enjoy it. I would recommend everybody do it that way. If you are like me and you have a racing wheel, of course, for the love of God, use the racing wheel. But if you don't, this is, I think, the best option temporarily for you until you get yourself a racing wheel. So just a short little video. I hope this video helps. I hope it gives you some idea on the motion sensor controller, using it as a wheel. It works for me. I think it will work for you. It is sensitive, so you kind of have to be careful how you move it. But if you have a Logitech, or if you have any of those like a high-end racing wheels, then of course, you know, that's no-brainer. Clearly you're gonna use that. If you got the whole racing sim setup with a racing wheel and the chair and the whole thing, yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, you're good. I think PlayStation VR 2 for you, it's like God sent, you know, with the Gran Turismo. Like, you're pretty much all set. You'll never have to bother with anything else, honestly. Over 400 licensed cars, you know, and more to come. I mean, what's not to like? Plus the championships and tournaments and multiplayer lobbies, and yeah, there's plenty to do here for a long time to come with all the future updates. Alright, so well, there you have it. There's no question about it. PlayStation VR 2 is going to sell with 3 games for sure. The main seller is going to be Gran Turismo 7, because majority of people have Gran Turismo 7, and there's a free update. So right there, that's pretty darn good. And the update, it's only 7 gigabytes, which is pretty awesome. So you have that. That's one of the main reasons why it's going to sell. And then the second reason it's going to sell, it's Resident Evil Village. People love Resident Evil Village, and they want to play the entire game with all the DLCs and everything in VR. So there's that. So that's number 2. And of course, they want to see Lady Dimitrescu up close and personal with her big boobies. Sure. And then number 3, it would be the Call of the Mountain. I really enjoy Call of the Mountain. I'm still playing it. I haven't finished it. You know, I'm trying to find time to play all these games. There's another game that's on my mind, is the Light Brigade. I'm currently also playing Star Wars, so it's going to take me a while to finish these games. But I think those are the 3 main top sellers, to be honest with you. It's the Gran Turismo, Resident Evil Village, and Call of the Mountain. You know, it's a pretty good. I mean, in my opinion, it's a pretty good lineup of games. But at the same time, I still stick to my theory that Sony is playing it safe. You know. And I don't know if that's a good strategy, bad strategy, playing it safe. They're not expanding it to other stores, and you only have to purchase it from, you know, direct PlayStation, at least here in the United States. I'm not sure about the other countries, and I can't speak for other countries. I can only speak for my country that I'm in. You guys can leave a comment and let me know how it is in your country. So, but here, I don't see any demos. I don't see any advertisements. It's strictly, you got to go to the PlayStation Direct website to do it from there. Is this a good strategy that Jim Ryan and the boards of directors, executives in Tokyo, Japan, are playing it safe to do it this way? I think it's smart, but I just wish that they would be honest with us, What if I break my controllers, What if, let's say my DualSense controllers broke? That's it, I'm done. I can only play Gran Turismo. And whatever game out there only supports a DualSense controller for PlayStation, VR game. I should be able to purchase an additional PlayStation VR 2 Sense controllers. So that kind of, I'm a little bit worried about that. And of course, why isn't there a chat when you're doing a virtual reality? When you're doing a live chat, when you're doing a live stream, I'm sorry. That really bugs me, honestly. And the fact that no one's talking about it, why no one wants to address this elephant in the room? I don't want to put too much pressure on my moderators to be, reading the chat, because they want to talk to me. They don't want to read the chat. So that puts a lot of pressure on them to read the chat. And then they have to relay the message to me. Then I have to wait for them to respond. And then what did the other guy say? And it's so inconvenient. And I don't understand why Sony cannot give that option for me to see the chat, And it's really this elephant in the room that I'll keep repeating till everybody starts repeating this elephant in the room, and Sony finally addresses this issue, which is beyond me why no one else is talking about it. Really, it's beyond me. It boggles my mind. All right, so I'm gonna park over here. So there you have it. Look, you can use a motion sensor controller. It works, but if you have a Logitech G29 racing wheel or even a Thrustmaster T 150, for the love of God, use the use the racing wheel. Use the racing wheel. But if you don't, this is a pretty darn good option. And I'm gonna end the video like that. Alright guys, leave a comment down below. Please be respectful. No reason to be nasty. No reason to be, fool. Don't act a fool. There's nothing cool about being a fool or being a troll. You don't really earn anything. It's a waste of time. So be respectful down in the comments, and I will reply to you. And if you're not being respectful, if you're just being a fool, I will not reply to you. So leave a comment down below, and you can have a debate. You can talk about it, but be respectful about it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for ass kissers. I'm not asking for some loyal membership here. I'm simply asking a common sense and be respectful when you leave a comments down below, just like it says on the guidelines of YouTube. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the live stream today with a Fanavision and possibly a Tetris. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.